Yo, Stitch Face, so I'll sit up.
Cut the intro, bro. I am so tired of this co-op shit, bro. I honestly have been ignoring this, and I have honestly been trying to cut Legends of slack on this. But seriously, co-op needs something to be revamped or to make it better, because this shit right here is the reason why I stopped playing this shit. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't played this shit since when it first came out. I was gassing this shit. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't gassing the shit. Come on, bro. Like, the idea of playing with a friend or something like that in Legends, it sounds like something that I've always wanted, and it sounds lit. But as, like, look at this shit. Look at this paralyzed shit. But as time has gone on, and I quickly started to slowly hate this game mode, and it really started with the Beerus one, and it's crazy because that's actually the second co-op boss ever, which was in January. But it really started with the Beerus one, man, because Beerus, there's some of the abilities that they give some of these bosses, which it wasn't too crazy with Beerus because it was an ability he already had. But yeah, Beerus, look, why do people bring units that have, I don't understand. Please just bring a red unit if you know you're going to be going up against a yellow boss. Please, I'd rather have a red unit that doesn't have like a boost or like a damage boost over a yellow unit that does get a slight damage boost just because he's hybrids. No, please just run a red unit if you don't have fucking paralyzed. I don't understand this shit. Now, if you guys want me to understand why I'm so pissed, is because co-op, I don't understand. It's a few things that I still am pissed off about co-op, right? They added a new Rise Rush mechanic where you could do a Rise Rush with your buddy. That's a good mechanic, a really good mechanic. But the reason why it's so bad is because it cancels out anything. Like, if you're doing a strike or a blast card and you're in the middle of that animation and you still have your Rise Rush, you click Rise Rush, it will not go through if you're in the middle of that animation. You have to pretty much not be doing anything and just happen to coordinate your Rise Rush at the exact same time as your buddy, which is almost impossible because everybody just randomly just pops your Rise Rush, and you just kind of have to guess and see if your buddy has your Rise Rush at the same fucking time as you. I do not understand why they do that. It's so annoying, and it defeats the whole purpose of the mechanic. I've got a perfect a dual Rise Rush probably once this fucking time trying to do co-op. The reason that I can ignore this game mode, I don't even care enough about it to play it. I'm only honestly doing this so I could get Z power for my boy Gohan, and it is so fucking annoying. So after a couple, so after a couple, what the hell? So after a couple of months of Legends having co-op as a feature in a game or within the game, I must say this co-op has not really aged well as far as the likability of co-op. It started out as a cool idea, but I'm not gonna lie, man, it's just so many things that make co-op such an unbearable, unfun experience, and I honestly don't really know what they could do. Like, there's something they can do. I don't know. Some of this stuff is like, how do you resolve this? Like, dumb shit people do, like when they don't land a Rise Rush, people disconnect, do dumb shit like that. Or when they have fucking co-op bosses like Gotenks who has the ability to paralyze, when him as a unit, this SG3 Gotenks does not have the ability to paralyze, so it just feels like bullshit. And it's OP to have a boss that can paralyze, so it's just ridiculous, and it makes it for a very annoying, not fun experience. So there's that. And also with the dual Rise Rush mechanic, is good when you land it, but when you don't land it, it's not that good, because to suit separate Rise Rushes, it's just basically kind of how you were playing it before. And the reason why it's not good is because 75% of the time you don't land it, because what happens is there's somebody doesn't have their Rise Rush, and you can't really time it, because like I said, you can't communicate with random ass people, because let's be honest, 80% of us are mostly playing co-op with random ass people most of the time. So the problem is that you try to go for your Rise Rush and you can't. You just gotta kind of try and pray you get lucky and see that probably your co-op buddy, you're probably trying to time at the same time as you. You just kind of got to get lucky, and when you do land it and you have the right units, it does a lot of damage. Like Gotenks, I managed to get with 2 red Gotenks on this advanced stage, I managed to get a Rise Rush of 22 million, a dual Rise Rush. So when you land it with the right units, it's good, but 85% of the time you don't land the shit, so it kind of feels like a worthless mechanic in some ways, even though it's very powerful when you do get it to land. And the reason is because of that, No communication. That's why I said back a few months ago, if you look at some of my co-op videos, I'd be like, yo, bro, I wish it would just have some type of communication system so we could just give people like a quick heads up when we need where we're about to get a riser rush. That's the big problem when you're playing with like randoms. Not trying to say anything against whoever I was playing with. Oh, if you're probably gonna watch this video one day, probably not. The worst thing is when you pop your riser rush at the exact same time as them, because you can't coordinate with somebody like a random person. There's no way to coordinate or anything like that. I wish they had like a notification system that can tell you like I have a riser rush, so you know not to waste yours, because like it could go a lot faster some of these matches if you knew when your partner had his riser rush and stuff like that. So that was the first. If we had that with the dual riser rush mechanic, co-op would be 10 times. Let me not guess it. Co-op will be 3 times more enjoyable, because you still have people who do dumbass shit like constantly disconnecting when they don't let a fucking riser rush, or people try to bring units that just do not work with the current co-op boss. Do not bring fucking Kefla. Do not bring your fucking please stop. Please just stop bringing units that don't match up, that don't give you type advantage over your boss. It just doesn't work, bro. It just makes for a lot more longer experience. Some units here and there you can get away with it, but please, if you have units that have type disadvantage or type advantage, please just bring those. Even if they don't have boost on them, I'd rather you bring a good unit that had type advantage over you bringing a unit that had type disadvantage or has neutral typing, or and just have a basic probably though damage buff, because they may be for that particular co-op season they may have a buff because they're under a certain tag. Just like if it's a yellow boss, please try and bring red units. And if you know you can't bring units for the advanced stage, then just don't play advanced. It's not that hard, bro. Just run immediate or beginner. It's not that bad. Or just run immediate. Immediate is solid. It's right there in the middle. It's not too difficult. And it's not too easy. So you'll be able to get still a decent amount of co-op coins. I would not even be talking about this shit if I didn't have to grind this shit so I could get my Zenkai souls from my Gohan. I just want to fully Zenkai my Gohan. Jesus Christ, bro. I'm done talking about the video. I hope you guys enjoy me ranting. I'm definitely not going to make a habit about this type of stuff. I try not to complain too much. I'm a laid back guy, but I'm trying with co-op, and I'm only really doing this, but now that I've had to go through the process of trying to Zenkai multiple units with this co-op process so I can get the Zenkai souls, this shit is just unbearable, and I'm starting to remember why I stopped playing this shit for like 3 months. It's your boy Kaiki. Go like Scott for more content. Tell me what you gotta think about this co-op. I don't even know, like, I'm done talking about this. I have more bigger videos to work on. Yeah, it's your boy Kai Gulaska. I already said that. I'm out.